We're recording over here, so get your ass into the shot.
Don't knock anything over.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
This looks like a whole different angle.
I know it's so much bigger, but you get to see all the cool shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at all those books. I'm missing the Marvel book because I'm actually reading that right now.
And you finally get to get a good look at those.
Right. You got some Jokers in the corner, along with some movies and some Wii games.
Yeah.
And then over here, you have this beautiful beer, Apricot Hottie, or this beautiful
I thought
cider.
he was going to say beautiful man, but he went to this cider, so
Of course I said the cider. Are you serious right now? Hey, what's up, guys? Three Crafty Bastards, of course. I'm B. Smith.
I'm Mr. Classic.
And we're here to talk to you, man. If you were on Facebook Live, or if you caught us on Facebook Live a little earlier, you saw our beer review. For those of you that catch us on YouTube, all four of you, because I think our episode about farts has like the most views. If we're being honest, it was like a year ago. But if you happen to catch us on YouTube, you can go over to YouTube, Three Crafty Bastards, and check out our beer reviews that post, I don't know, whenever the fuck I feel like it. Or they're supposed to be up on Fridays because we record on Thursdays. So you'll be able to check out tonight's beer review, which we did the hard coffee from PBR. 5%. It's actually pretty delicious. I'm getting ready to finish mine right now as we're getting ready to talk into this segment. So speaking of segments, what do we got tonight?
We've had a lot of topics that are related to the quarantine and fortunate and unfortunate, but I feel like our world's changing a little bit, and I want to talk about how virtual our existence is becoming.
Okay.
You know, everyone who knows me knows I'm a big sports nut, and it all started when they had the NBA 2K round robin tournament of NBA players on ESPN. Some people liked it, some people didn't. So it's not quite NBA basketball, but it was kind of basketball with basketball players playing basketball on video games. So that was kind of weird. It was okay. I don't play 2K. And then they had a virtual horse game between WNBA and NBA players.
Mm-hmm.
So they're at their homes with their basketball courts, and they have their own cameras because ESPN did not go out to their homes. So they had cameras and cell phones at their homes. I don't know if they use the new thing is Zoom, by the way, if anyone's not on that yet. They did that for horse. NASCAR IRL has done virtual racing. They've been doing that for about a month and a half now. I've watched it. It's actually not too bad. Gives you an idea of what it's like being in the cockpit of a race car, going around the race course.
Now I saw the guy got. That's all I had to say is the guy got.
He did. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but the guy, man, he thought he wasn't on speaker or whatever,
right?
And blurts out the N-word.
Man.
Fired, suspended, lost all his sponsorship.
There's something you don't ever expect to hear in NASCAR, right?
Yeah, that was interesting. So we also have the Madden. There's going to be there's a Madden tournament coming up with NFL players representing each NFL team.
I feel like they do that anyway, though, right?
The players don't.
Okay.
There is a Madden tournament with fans, but there's just fans, not NFL players. So these are NFL players who know how to play Madden online. Baseball is doing MLB The Show. Same thing, round robin, player from each MLB team. Mets are Jeff McNeil's rocking it out, by the way. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just learned today that they're going to have a virtual Kentucky Derby May 2nd. So all of this virtual sports, it's never going to replace being inside of stadiums, being inside of ballparks, racetracks. It's never going to replace that. They're trying to give us content so that we can have some level of normalcy for our lives while we're in quarantine. We're supposed to be, the 6 foot and all blah, blah, blah. I mean, for me, sports is life. It's difficult for me, but it creeps into different other portions of life. Like we talked about e-learning for our kids.
Right.
Whoever's got kids. I don't have kids. But for our kids, I'll call them our kids, but e-learning, I just learned that there's a gym class that you can still do. You hit a link, it's got music, and they're showing you what exercises to do, and you're supposed to complete that and turn it in. I'm like, that's creative.
Right.
Number one, that's creative. And we also said, how are they going to make sure you did it?
So I read an article. That's funny that you say that because we did talk about that earlier. But I did read an article where a young lady recorded herself sitting at the table for e-learning, put it on a loop, and then walked away from class, and then proceeded to say, there's 12 or 15 or 20 people in this class. They're not going to notice that I'm not there. They're not going to notice that it's on a loop. Genius.
That is genius.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if we're looking at the changes in the future regarding the virtual world, that is definitely up for manipulation because that is easy to do. It's clear that she showed you how to do it.
Yeah, I think she was like 12 years old.
And because then you also have people working from home.
Right.
So that's another virtual type world where we're probably going to have some changes in the near future in regards to, that's if your business is still thriving and your workers are at home, how much overhead do you really need? Do you got to pay for a printer in the office? You got to rent a building, the paper and supplies and all others. I understand that, but if you can save money by letting people work from home, and you think that the productivity's up, because if I'm sitting at home in my pajamas or underwear every day, which I'm sure that's what would happen if it was me. I got music in the background, maybe the TV's playing, but if I'm rocking out my work and it's productive, it's accurate, it's on time, why would you want to wreck that? So it's like that happy wife, happy life type thing, but you're happy employee. I don't know another word that would rhyme with that, but as long as your employees are happy, they're more productive.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like with the workday becomes so mundane, whether you work 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever you might work, 10 hours, to where you're simply going through the motions. Think about this. If you're working from home and they expect you to report whatever at, say, 8 a.m., and you are aligned with 3 tasks that you can zoom through and have done by noon, you're drinking by 1. You're still in your pajamas, and you're drunk in the afternoon, and you're still getting paid for it, because they're paying you a salary or what have you, know. So I feel like working from home is such a double-edged sword.
It is.
Like I personally don't think I'm disciplined enough to work from home, but I'm not disciplined enough to give it my undivided attention because there's so many other things that I could be doing,
That's me 1,000%. That's why I'm glad I don't have a work from home, because there's too much to do at home.
Right.
Like I said, if I feel like screwing off and doing, playing video games or reading a book or going for a walk, or I want to get a bike, go ride my bike. If I can zoom through my work, but I know I do have a friend in accounting, and she has, they're constantly sending her work. So she kind of does have to stay home and do it. If it's that line of work, then yeah. But if it's like piecework, like you got to get these 3 or 4 reports on, boom, I'm done by noon.
Right.
You have a 1-hour lunch, go do whatever you want to do, and come back and lay on the couch with your feet kicked up watching Netflix. That's just how it's going to work. But the work that's assigned to help the company move forward, that's done.
Right.
So I believe I can do that, but.
Well, I think also the other question is what do companies really need to move forward at this point in time? I feel like with everything being shut down, companies are kind of staying stagnant, just enough to maintain.
Yep.
But once it comes back, once people are going back to work, be expected to hit hard. Be expected to have those rough days where everything is full bore all day long.
Yep.
So
that's why it's called work, though, right?
Yeah, it is. But there has never been, at least in my lifetime, there's never been a period of time where everything has been down the way that it has.
Yeah.
It amazed me.
At least in our lifetime.
Yeah, it amazed me to see liquor stores be the last to go. Like liquor stores being the last to be like, hey, you can't come in, but we'll still serve you at the curb.
Hey, I had an argument the other day about liquor stores being essential.
Yeah.
How is this even an argument? How are we going to get through the day without liquor? Without through the week?
You make it.
I know. That's true, but for those who are not quite on that level, like there's stresses throughout the world. There's whether you got kids or not, whether your day is stressful, whether you just want to relax. it's nice to have a beer, a cider, a wine,
Right.
a rum and coke, vodka and cranberry, just something to like relax you. It ain't got to be every day. We're not telling anybody to be alcoholics. I don't see how this person told me that this is not essential.
I feel like it's funny that a lot of people feel like liquor stores are essential. I mean, if you were to ask me, oh, okay, truth be told, I make enough beer. I've made enough beer to get me through this period.
That ain't the average person,
right?
though.
That's not the average person. But at the end of the day, are liquor stores as essential as grocery stores? No.
The answer is no.
Right. Can you buy beer, liquor, so on and so forth at the grocery store? Yes.
You don't have a variety.
Yeah, you don't have a variety, but these are trying times. I mean, if you truth be told, if you want to sacrifice the variety, because right now you can't go into the liquor store anyway, so there's no variety available to you any more than what's in your head, what you know, right?
I think there's a discussion that you have to have with those who work there. If you know, because like we were talking about earlier, I don't know what I want until I go into a store, discover what I didn't know I needed.
100%. I had that discussion with a guy standing outside of the liquor store today. He said, it kind of sucks. It's okay because people are being safe, but it sucks because I want to go in and look at things. And I told him that my exact words were, I love bourbon and I love craft beer. And I like to shop when it comes to those two.
Yep.
You know, so I like to look around, and the fact that I can't do that right now makes me go into my mental Rolodex of things that I've had, and quite possibly continue to drink the same thing without trying new things, because I can't physically pick it off the counter and say, I've never had this, I would like to try this.
Exactly. You're limited to what you know.
But for the fact of being bougie, which we 100% are, right?
Can't argue with that.
This is why you would say liquor stores are essential versus being able to pick up your liquor at your local supermarket or Walmart or Meijer or what have you, right?
Because it's a limited selection. They can't carry that selection at a grocery store. They can't.
But we're in getting by times, right? We're in a time to get just enough to get you by.
I'm not a getting by drinker though.
Man, me either, but
I'm not.
That's where we're at.
So you know, I think that I'm glad we're where we're at. But as we said earlier, we were talking about the changes moving forward. Mm-hmm. Like what are we looking at? Like moving forward there's a lot more online shopping. Mm-hmm. My buddy Chris works for UPS. He said they got slaughtered at work yesterday with packages. I'm probably part of them packages. I'm not gonna lie. I bought shirts, Funko Pops, pants. They had a 50% off everything sale at Old Navy online. Boom, I was in it. Okay? But I can't go and look at and try on and do other things at stores. So what am I gonna do? You have to shop online if you want to buy new clothes, because I can't lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I probably waste money.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so do you believe that the discounts that they offer online on a whole slew of items, like you said, you got 50% off Old Navy, and you said, I think what you said is you spent a total of $160
No, I spent $55 for $170 worth of clothes.
Right. So is that the trade-off? Yeah, you can't go into the store. It's the same with the liquor stores versus the grocery store. Yeah, you can't go in and you can't physically put your hand on it, and you have to trust that we'll ship it to you on time, right sizes, when you need it, and ship it complete.
Yeah.
But we'll give you that 55 or 75 or whatever percentage off. Is that the trade-off? And is that going to continue to be the trade-off in the future to push virtual purchasing versus going into stores and being able to put your hands on things and buy it?
I would imagine so. Just a couple days ago, or was it yesterday? Zales. I don't do a lot of jewelry. I got this one chain. Bought it from I think K's. It was like $80. I'm like, man, this is a great chain. It's heavy. It's nice. It's long. It's what I'm looking for. Boom. Zales had a sale. Normally there was a necklace and bracelet combo for men's. It was $100-something. They sold it for $20.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I hate you for telling me.
How do you not buy that?
Did you buy it?
Yes. How do you not buy it, man? I'm telling you.
That's true. I hate that you tell me that because now later in my free time when I can't sleep, I'm gonna be on Zales online. Like, what kind of jewelry can I pick up? Can I get this? Can I get this? Can I get this?
It's ridiculous some of the online sales that are going on. So I'm super duper excited about. I'm excited about it, but there's still something about going in and tangibly touching what you purchased.
Yeah.
Like you do want to like. I had help figuring out what size jeans I wear. I didn't realize. I thought my inseam was a 32. It's actually a 30.
Yeah.
So I need to be getting I think I'm down to a 42 waist.
Right.
Which is come from probably really a 40, but I wear a 42. I was getting 44s, 32 inseam, and these pants were looking like sweats. Like jeans were like super baggy. And somebody took me in and was like, hey man, maybe you need a smaller waist and a shorter inseam, and they were like, "Oh, look at your butt, man! This is not. It fits here." And I'm like, "This is great."
Well, because you're getting filled up, or because you got the right size jeans.
Well, when you haven't had some type of level of affection in a while, you kind of like to get that fitting.
You take it how you can get
just
it.
Saying.
I got you.
But yeah, learning that I'm a different size pants makes a difference because I've been ordering the wrong size pants for years.
Right.
So I got to do different shopping. Like these are the 32 inseams I'm wearing now, and I'll see how much they bunch up at the bottom, and a 30 doesn't. Right. It's crazy to see the difference. So that's why I need to go inside versus shopping online.
Right.
So there's got to be some type of, I don't know, in between, or I don't know what the compromise is, but.
No, if you go inside, do you actually try the clothes on, or do you?
I do.
You're one of those guys?
I'm one of those guys.
Man, I risk it.
I don't like being, what's it called, shopper's remorse. I hate that. When you buy something and it doesn't fit and you got to take it back anyway, you got to keep track of the receipt. Don't ball it up, throw it somewhere. Got to keep the bags. I don't like that, man. I'm a shopper.
Yeah, but what kind of baller life are you living when you get a receipt? You're like, ball it up and throw it anyway, man. I at least keep track of it for a couple days.
Bro, if I know what I got when I bought it, I don't need it anymore. If you don't see that hole when you put them pants on, hey, you blew it right there. My receipts, Kobe, it's gone, man. I'm telling you. So, that's it. I don't need it.
That's fair. So, I'm more apt to lose a receipt than I am to like ball it up and throw away. Mm-hmm. I guarantee I got a toilet paper roll's worth of CVS receipts downstairs right now, just in case the shit hits again. You know what I mean?
I can't say that'd be painful. But that would be desperate times for desperate measures.
Man, in a pinch, it's like going to the grocery store and purchasing alcohol, right?
Perfect. Definitely.
Very nice.
Well, as far as virtual, like we talked about maybe the possible future and compromise, but I don't have any more in regards to the virtual. But like I said, I'm being a big sports nut, seeing all the virtual things coming up. I'm interested in the Madden tournament. If you've never watched a Madden tournament, even with regular fans, they're pretty exciting. I don't know if you've ever you play.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really play. My brother plays. He's trying to get me to play. I'm like, I'm kind of a race car type of puzzle type game person.
Right.
Like you got me to play that Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
But I don't really play much. I mean, I'm still stuck on Mario and Tecmo Bowl and all the old school Sega games. That's where I'm stuck at. So I'm not really into the new stuff, but I love watching it. My buddy's kid plays Fortnite. I'll sit there and watch him play Fortnite for hours. I'm not going to lie.
You know, you can download that for free, right?
He's got it on his phone, and he plays at home.
Oh, that's insane. My nephew and my sister's boyfriend, I don't know, whatever they are, he plays it too. They'll be in 2 rooms next to each other, both with headsets on, talking shit to each other, but don't look at each other when they play Fortnite.
Yep.
Like, don't consoles come with at least 2 controllers? You know, or 1 controller. But if you don't have a friend that can bring a controller, what are you doing?
And then he's playing. My buddy's kid is playing with his friends. I mean, that's another thing about this social distancing is created. We talked about Zoom earlier, and that's kind of like I don't want to call it a conference call, but it's kind of like a conference call. A bunch of people in different boxes. You can pick who you want to talk to or see everybody who's on the interaction. But that's how my buddy's daughter. She's been doing that for years. Like she'll FaceTime. Her friends aren't in her neighborhood. she'll bring them up on her iPad, be out there jumping on her trampoline or Barbie dolls or something in her bedroom with one of her friends on FaceTime. And then her brother is the one who plays the video games. When their friends are online and it's 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
they're still playing and the games are going on. And that's crazy.
So I mean, I feel like social distancing, says as it is to say, is more for adults because kids have already been practicing that with the age of technology.
I think so.
Wow,
I think so. It's really for us.
that's a revelation right there.
I didn't think about that. So
Yeah.
we just talked it out.
It makes me not want to talk to people anymore. No.
If we could somehow figure out how to master that, because how the kids are so in tune with technology nowadays.
Right.
You have to think, and I didn't realize this till Missy showed me. Her daughter has straight A pluses. She's taken advanced courses and was broken up when she had an A minus. Her brother has straight A's with A pluses, A's, and A minuses.
Right.
If you talk to her brother, you wouldn't think he's straight A's. I've known him for years, so of course I know he's super intelligent. But he just tries to play it so cool and nonchalant. He's a fucking nerd like his dad.
Right.
Chris,
right.
yeah, I just called you a nerd. But I'm saying he's super intelligent. And I'm like, man, what are you going to do with this in the future? I'm so excited for their future. But seeing how they grasp the technology that some of us dinosaurs haven't grasped, man, it's really impressive, honestly.
Right. I mean, there's a reason we call you Mr. Classic, right?
I stay classic.
Yeah, you're talking about Nintendo and Sega, man. At least upgrade. Like,
dude, I think the last gaming system I had was a PS2, and I love playing backyard baseball.
I still have a PS2.
I got games if you want. I got rid of mine.
So it's right there. Man.
I'll bring them over if you want them.
Yeah, well,
it's a handful of games. They're all sports.
I feel like that's a discussion for another time because the last time I played a baseball game was RBI 3.
Ooh,
yeah, remember that one?
Loved it.
Yeah,
that was some of my shit. Anything like
the Oakland A's on RBI 3.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, get them out of here.
Ridiculous.
Get them all out of here. Win.
Soon. Very soon. That's a day in itself.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, let's wrap this up, man. And
all right, man.
I think we got this for the virtual. Yeah, I'm on TikTok too, by the way. If you're not on TikTok, get on TikTok. Just for
know what?
Just for shits and giggles.
So I don't have a TikTok, but I can watch TikTok and other people's TikToks. And me personally, you know what? No, not right now. That's a discussion for another time.
That is another discussion for next time because there's a lot of stuff in TikTok.
Well, there's also a lot of conspiracy behind TikTok if you haven't read, because TikTok is a Chinese-based company or app or whatever. So that's a discussion for another time.
We'll do that.
We will do that another time.
Right, let's wrap her up.
All right.
I'm out.
All right. So 3 Crafty Bastards, of course. We are going to do another segment, so if you're over here on Facebook Live, just stick with us for a second while we get our shit together, because that's our story. If you're over here on YouTube, we're going to come back. We're going to drop another segment for you. We're going to stick with the virtual idea, but we're going to take it in a different direction. And then also, we're doing something different tonight. So we got Juan Cordero, the one and only, on the ones and twos, producing this show for us for the first time, so that we can end up on the radio, which is Unique Beats by Josh. Help me out. Josh Parker. Okay. I don't know why I can't remember that. I see his name every single day on Facebook. But Josh Parker, he runs a radio station, calls it Unique Beats. You can catch Brews and Views 1.1 on there. Hopefully you'll be able to catch us in the future on there. I believe we're hoping for a Tuesday night at 7 time slot. And so we're going to try to do this tonight. We're going to do this in segments. So if you watch us on YouTube, this isn't going to be anything new to you because we always kind of break it up. But if you're watching us on Facebook, give us just a second. We're going to get our shit together. You can stop watching. Go get yourself something to eat. Come back in about 3 minutes, and we'll be ready to roll with the next segment.
Yes, sir.